I've tested everything, truck, trailer, box truck, low box, high box, everything. And I want to show you guys what I think is the best gutter setup. So come on in. First and foremost, this side door, absolute must, all right? Going up and in and out the back sucks, all right? So up front, we just have 2 seats, all right? We run 2-man crews, but in some of my trucks, we'll come in here and it's actually legal. There's a certain spot you can bolt down like a jump seat from a pickup truck and put it right there. So some of our trucks have that jump seat, this one does not, but that way you can run a 3-man crew if you got a 100-foot run or whatever, all right? So you come in, couple steps, we've got a trash right here, extension cord immediately, all right? And we do the extension cords on a reel. I don't remember where I got this, like somewhere off of Amazon or somewhere online, but pulls out and then it just winds up at the end of the job. So super easy to plug into the customer's power, or we pull our generator out. We just use the Predator 3500 watt, runs our KWM Juniors all day long. So no issues with that either. We got a scrap bin here. So this just has all of our aluminum scraps in it. So when you load the coil and you cut the corners, it just goes in there. As you're doing downspouts or whatever, you pocket it. You're going to be done for the day and hang your pouch up. You just drop it in there, hang your pouch, rock and roll. All right, so all this kind of right here. We have a harness box there. Sometimes, looks like this truck only has that one, but sometimes we'll have a secondary bucket up on one of the shelves, all right? We keep shovels, rakes, a snow shovel because we're in Michigan, broom to keep the truck clean, dustpan, all that stuff. We do a lot of digging in drain tile, so that's why the shovels and rakes are there. And the broom keeps us clean. Also, if you have a chop saw or anything for whatever, and you're making a mess in the driveway, you can use it to sweep that up, all right? Fire extinguisher here. Same if you want to come up and in here. Right here, we've got some of these bungees. These things are pretty nice. If you guys are not using them, this one's all wrapped around, but if you're not using these, we'll use these on our ladders. If we got something that is maybe like a little bit loose in here, we'll just bungee it down, but they're super cool. That's what we like using for holding our ladders and whatnot, but real simple there. Keep a pair of snips right here for cutting the coil before it goes in to the gutter machine. Right here, that won't come off, but there's a thing of 100 utility blades, right? So pull a utility blade out as needed. We'll jump over here to all the tools, all right? Everything that we keep on hand. We'll kind of start at the top, actually. So we keep different vampire hangers, we keep end caps, everything up here. So you can see it's all labeled, all right? So vampire hangers, end caps, wedges, and we'll keep some max flows and all that good stuff up here. So we got max flows, and then any like miscellaneous thing, we can kind of just shove up in there, all right? Coming down, we got the guys' tool belts, all right? We don't wear like big, huge tool belts, all right? We do simple gutters, that's it. We're not doing the high-end custom copper where we need to have a soldering iron and everything on us at the same time. We do simple aluminum K-style gutter, that's it, all right? So, both different angle snips. We've got a downspout crimp, and then we use the double snips, okay? Double snips for cutting our downspouts, and then of course, regular handle snips, all right? So that's that. I'll close these back up. So that's what goes in there, and then, you know, just pencils, markers, whatever. And then we keep this bottom pocket open basically for our scrap aluminum. And like I said earlier, it goes in that scrap bin, all right? Me personally, I like having one more pouch on my box. This is one of my guys, all right? But up top, and maybe they do it, but on my top, I like having my zip screws right there, easy to grab. And then in one of the other pouches, I'll put like my long screws for my downspout straps, all right? So that's how I like it. I'm not sure what these guys are doing, if they have maybe a separate pouch with one of these maybe, that looks like it, that they put all their screws in, all right? So keep all of our normal use screws here. We've got, these are just regular screws that you put down your gutter guard with, all right? Just regular mill finish. We got brown, black, green, white, clay. We got our long screws for putting the downspout straps on, all right? So we got our pipe bands here, all of our hand tools, all right? So we got one tape, this is for measuring the gutters, and we have another one on the machine I'll show you in a minute. We got extra snips, we got a hand brake in case we need it for whatever reason, some hammers for removal, pry bars, all that fun stuff. Just some regular hand tools that we don't use very often, but if the machine needs a little loving, or we gotta try and, you know, the coil gets bound and we gotta yank and pull, like it's just nice to have some tools on hand. A multi-tool, we'll use this when we're going like through a deck or something like that to make really, really nice cuts. Of course, drills, impacts, keep a sawzall as well for those unique situations. It's nice to have them, all right? Moving down, all right, just different fasteners. We've got some trim nails in here. This is if you gotta tack up a customer's piece of fascia or whatever, right? We keep some trim nails in just to be able to over deliver always. Some 3-inch deck screws, always nice to have for whatever reason. Again, just an opportunity to over deliver for your customer. All right, there's a rogue can of spray paint there, but usually we'll have only the color that we're working on, otherwise white. This was white. We stock white in our trucks, so that's why they got it in there. All right. We do 2 3/4 inch round outlets or max flows, so 2 3/4 inch hole saw bits. We got a couple of them in there, along with, you know, some sawzall blades, some multi-tool blades. Keep it all kind of organized. In the back, we keep a kit with some spade bits or whatever you want to call them. Some gloves, just some other miscellaneous tools. Some of our underground drainage we do in PVC, so we keep a little bit of cement and primer in the truck in case we need that. This is just kind of like a catch-all. There's a little 1 foot level. Keep our tapes there. The guys grab that, put it on, and they go to work. All right. Just some grease for everything. All of our tools need it. Our machine needs it. We'll keep a shop vac. This is really nice, actually, this little thing. And it's a tight fit there, of course, but this little thing is so nice when you're doing, like, if you're cutting through the deck, rather than just like getting rid of all the sawdust down to the patio below or something, you just shop vac it up. If you're making a mess anywhere, using a chop saw, this is really nice for final cleanup, all right? It's also just nice to have on the truck and keep the truck clean as well. So moving down, all right? Huge fan of these storage containers, all right? These are crazy nice. We keep them from old screws, whatever, because it's just nice. You know, we'll do some soffit occasionally, so narrow crown staples for the narrow crown staple gun, all right? Whatever we need, it's in there. Some chalk is hidden back in there. Some regular T50 staples in this one. Here in Northern Michigan, we deal with a decent amount of pole barn metal roofs in which we need to put snow fence on. So we stock all the different snow fence screws, okay? So these go down. So we got brown, I think that's like a Terratone ones, white, red, blue, green. So we stock them so that they're there ready to rock and roll, all right? And this bottom shelf is kind of our catch-all, all right? So we do a tool loan program for new employees, so they get to use the fancy-dancy Hercules drill and impact for their first month of employment. After that, they need to invest in themselves, all right? So these guys have been on this truck for a while now, so they don't use these anymore, but we keep them there so they can use that, all right? So we keep that down there. This is a leg, an extension leg for if you're on uneven ground or whatever, all right? So that's there. Just odds and end tools. There's a roof anchor, all that fun stuff, all right? So that's on the bottom. If we keep rolling, this is a 4-foot brake. We keep this in every truck. It's just nice to have a 4-foot brake. It is bolted down, but it can easily come up and be removed. This most commonly is used for bending the back of our gutter guard, all right? If the gutter has to fall a lot on the fascia because the house is wonky or whatever, we'll just bend the back of it rather than going underneath the shingle. If it's a metal roof, same situation, all right? So we'll keep the brake here, keep all of our elbows underneath here. So elbows sit on the wheel well, and then we don't use the fancy run out stands. We just use simple rollers. All right, that's it. Buy them with the tab. They get burned through pretty regularly, so they work out. All right, 25 bucks at Home Depot. That's it. I have some of the other ones, but guys don't like using them. All right, and then next we have our ladders. I like these right by the edge of the truck because they get used on every single job. I personally like keeping a 4-step and then a 5-step on my truck. I don't like the 5 steps, they're just heavy. I mean, the adjustable little giant ladders are heavy as they are, but a 4-step does most of what I need it to, but it's nice having an extra 5-step. I've got some crews that they like having the 6-step one that comes all the way up here, and I can barely lift that darn thing, all right? So I hate using those big 6-step ones, but it is what it is, all right? To each their own. We allow our guys some freedom, all right? So these guys like using these 5-step ones, and that just gets ratcheted on there. There's this brush here, that's just for like, if they have to clean a gutter guard off or something like that, a service call, pretty simple. So now this side of the truck, we keep our levels right here, easy to grab, so we can level the gutter properly. All of our hangers are here, all right? Keep the hangers here, and then we keep this, tape right here. So this just rolls out, gets clipped on the edge of the gutter, boom, it gets rolled out to the length, and then when the job's done, we pick it up, and she's getting a little heavy, but probably about due to be replaced. I like the guillotine. Our machine is kind of centrally located in the truck, but we like having the walkway here for our scraps. So we put our standoffs right up here. We don't leave them attached to the truck or attached to the ladders. A, it won't quite fit in our garage with that, but B, just not good to have these things. These are flimsy aluminum. They can get caught on tree branches or whatever, all right? We'll go over what's on this top shelf and why we keep it. So we keep our Henry sealant. Magic trick for the industry. I'm giving you away the secret sauce here. All right, Henry's crystal clear 212. I've tested all of them. The geocells, the solar seals, you name it, I've tested it. This one works. This one works the best. It basically eliminated all of my callbacks for leaks, if done proper. Obviously, guys still mess up and they miss a spot or whatever, but this can be installed not when it's wet, but it can be laid and then immediately get wet and it still seals, all right? So I love it. It stays pliable a lot longer than the geocell or any of the other ones. So for us up here in Michigan where it's hot and cold, the expansion, contraction, we get a lot of cracks in geocell. Don't have issues with this, all right? Right here, we've got box miters. We're box miters, don't hate me, all right? But I believe simple scales, so that's what we do. We do box miters because simple scales. And in my decade in business, I've had one customer that requested us to do hand cut miters. I mean, he was a former gutter guy that hired us. So that was it, all right? Nobody else, and we work on multi-million-dollar lake homes, second homes, third homes, from people from LA, from the Bay, from Miami, all these places where you folks say, oh, not in my area, we have to do hand cuts, otherwise we won't get any jobs. Well, your people have vacation homes up here and they never ask about hand cut miters. So, so box miters there. Elbows, we stock offsets. Okay, so we got B offsets, we've got A offsets, 2-inch, 4-inch, you name it, we stock them in white. If we have to do a color, sometimes we'll order. If it's a decent sized job, if it's just one, we'll spray paint it and we'll tell the customer, hey, if this fades, call us back, we'll come out and redo it for free, all right? It's just another touch point for us serving the customer, not the end of the world for us to repaint one here, show up, swap it, rock and roll, all right? So stock some more elbows up there. So usually we have 2 boxes A's, 2 boxes of B's every day in that color, just to keep things going. And you see, obviously, downspouts there. We always keep white on the truck, and then if there's a color, we rock and roll with that. And the most used things from the ground, we are downspouts, all right? So we stock white, and if we got colors, they get slid right on top. And then our gutter guards, okay? This is all Micro Max, that's our top seller. Shout out to Micro Mesh Gutter Guards. If you guys don't know them, get a hold of Dennis, he's the man. But all that is readily available at the back of the truck, ready to rock and roll. Keep a caulk gun here for our end caps. easy enough. And then we have, I'm not sure why they keep a pair of pliers there, but then we have obviously our end cap crimps. All right, so real simple. You can see the guys got a little fancy. They made a copper box there. They'll keep a blade just in case, but guillotine, and we're rocking and rolling. All right. Why I love this truck so much. This is a much lower step. If this was a full size box truck, the top or the box would be about right here. A, hard to get run out stands that tall, but B, you need a ladder to get up into it. All right. So we got this easy step in. It makes life really, really simple. But the reason our truck is configured this way, I actually paid a consultant 15 grand to come and watch us work for a week. And so he watched us work in the warehouse, watched us work on the truck. And this setup is designed for us to take the least amount of steps as installers. So if you're arguing how this is set up, I promise you, somebody who gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to show up in a factory and watch them work for a month and redesign how everything's set up, design this for us. All right, that's his job, is to make things more efficient, and that's what he did. This is what he came up with. He goes, based on how often you use all these tools, this is where they should be placed, and this is how they should be set up. So that's why our truck's set up the way it is. That's why I like box trucks. We live, like I said, in northern Michigan. We deal with snow. This is just rear wheel drive. We don't put winter tires on. We got plenty of weight in the bed of this thing. It gets around pretty good. But trucks, trailers, all that fun stuff that we've tried in years past, they get destroyed in the backwoods. Employees can't drive trailers. They can't back them up. We go through fenders like it's going out of style. So all of that said, a box truck, they don't need any special licensing or anything like that for it. It just works. They get to run and the rest takes care of itself. So that's why we do the box trucks. All right, tried them all. That's what we came up with. So hopefully this has helped you guys. I guess I forgot, we always stock a white coil and then whatever color is the color of the day or whatever. All right, so white stays on the truck. The rest we load per job. I almost forgot, what ladders do we keep on the truck? Always. So over here, we've got two 24-foot extension ladders. Over here, we got two 32-foot extension ladders. Those are our dailies. We keep some 40s at the office, and sales rep's responsibility to let them know, hey, you're gonna need a big ladder on this one, and they'll load up the 40. But in the middle, I'm standing on a pick. These roofs, in like 21, 22, they switched from making the roof structural to making them just cheap fiberglass. So we had to put a plank across it, and it's just a adjustable pick, so it doubles. We can use it as an adjustable pick, or we can use it as a plank up here. So yeah, it just sits up here. The guys hop up, they grab their ladders, set them down for the day, and off they go. All right, so two 32s, two 24s, an adjustable pick, and then we got 40s at the office if they need them.